How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year. Let me pull up a chair. Oh, here we are again. The beginning of a brand new year, 2024. What does it have in store? I hope you all had a great holiday season. It's not quite over yet, but it is coming to an end. And once again, we find ourselves searching for meaning in this life that we're all living. Every year we try to come up with resolutions or ways to change ourselves, ways to better ourselves. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we don't follow through with things that we say we're going to. Even though we do try and make our best effort, it just doesn't work out. And that's kind of part of the human experience. I'm trying to think of an adjective to describe this year. Rewarding is the word that I would say it. Rewarding. For many different reasons that I'll get into in this video. In this video, I'm gonna share with y'all my resolutions for 2024, my year recap, my favorite videos that I shared with y'all on YouTube, and I'm also gonna share with y'all a little bit about what I have in store for 2024. I do wanna first start out with a little bit of an inspirational note, a little bit of motivation. The other day, I saw this really awesome New Year's resolution quote that I wanted to share with y'all, and it's kind of the theme of this video. Every year, you make a resolution to change yourself. This year, make a resolution to be yourself. I'm gonna say that again, just so y'all catch it, and I'll put it on the screen here. Every year, you make a resolution to change yourself. This year, make a resolution to be yourself. And I really want that to be the theme for me in 2024. I want that to be the theme for all of y'all in 2024. Now, this doesn't mean you can't have resolutions to better yourself or to improve or to grow. Of course, it doesn't mean that. There is always room in this life for growth and self-development, and we each have our own individual ways of going about that and seeing that through. But at the same time, come every new year, every January, a lot of us kind of get down on ourselves because we didn't get the things done that we wanted to do last year, or we didn't lose 20 pounds, or we didn't gain 15 pounds of muscle. You know, there's an endless list of things that we wanted to do, but we didn't get around to. And sometimes that can get us down, especially when we have this list of resolutions and aspirations that we want to achieve in the new year. But it is crucial. It's crucial to remember that this calendar year, these 365 and a fraction of days, those are all man-made. Those are not the boundaries that we have to live by. Those are not the limitations that we have to get things done by. Imagine if we had to get everything done in 1 year. We had to lose 20 pounds. We have to get our master's degree. It's not possible. We can't do all of that in 1 year. Let's take the pressure off of ourselves to complete all of our aspirations in one short year. And let's think about a more positive way to improve ourselves, to develop ourselves into who we are as individuals. That is what I want the theme for this entire year to be. It might be a little bit odd because I am an influencer, even though I don't like to be called that. I prefer content creator, or just call me Quincy, I guess. But I never really want my influence to make someone else want to be like me, or to do the things that I'm doing, or to look like me, or any of that. The way that I look at my YouTube channel and my audience and all of y'all, I just want to create some kind of inspiration for y'all to be the best versions of yourselves that you can, because that's what I'm trying to be. I would never want someone to try to be exactly like me, and I wouldn't want to be exactly like someone else. That's not the point of what I do here online in this space, but rather the point is to really kind of inspire people to go out and do the things that make them happy, help people kind of find themselves and the inspiration within themselves. I do hope that in watching me be myself, it inspires y'all to do the things that inspire you. I hope y'all take to heart that little message in 2024. And that doesn't mean you can't have resolutions. That doesn't mean you can't want to go to the gym and get stronger. I want to get stronger. But I think the most important thing to take away from that message is to do it within yourself. We're human beings. There's millions of us. Billions? We can't all be the most original being on the planet, but we can do things that make us feel like ourselves. And when you feel like you and you feel like the individual, to me, that's when happiness begins. So yeah, I digress. But please take that message to heart. Take it into 2024 and 2025 with you. Because if anything, if I want to have any type of influence here, I want to inspire other people to be themselves, to be original, to be authentic. Authenticity is irreplaceable. I think there is something so beautiful about authenticity and each individual being true to themselves. As I say all of this, of course I have things that I want to be doing next year, especially for my channel. I would like to think that I am a person who thrives off of experiences, new experiences, experiences that challenge me to grow into a new version of myself who is still the same, but has, this growth and this kind of sense of I'm developing myself into the person that I want to be. I do a lot of hand movements if y'all haven't noticed. My really big goal for 2024 is to find new experiences that challenge me to grow in uncomfortable ways. When I was in college, I studied abroad in Madrid, and it was kind of terrifying. This was in 2014. I was going to my junior year. I was a year young. I was 19. And I went to live in Spain for 3.5 months for a semester. When you're young, you kind of don't really think about the scary parts of it or the unknown. That fear of the unknown isn't really instilled into you quite yet. So I went over to Madrid and I had a great time, and it opened my eyes to a new part of the world and a new part of me. And because I did that, I taught English in Madrid after I graduated. I lived there for a year. I met amazing people. I had struggles. I had a lot of bad days, but more good days. And because of that, the whole experience was worth it. And that's what I'm searching for in 2024. I'm really happy with how this year went. I think I grew a lot. I have been so fortunate to have a supportive partner in Wilson who pushes me to kind of do the things that I should be doing and want to be doing. He has been a huge part of my success this year, and it would be crazy if I didn't acknowledge that. So Wilson, I hope you are watching this. I don't know if he watches my videos anymore because he sees everything that I do. And New York City, man, my relationship with New York City is a tough one. I think now I've almost been back for 2 years. In March, April, it'll be 2 years that I've been back in the city since I left because of COVID. If y'all don't know, here, let me go back for y'all. Let me wind it back. 2019, I moved from Miami to New York City. I left my job at FIU, working as an academic advisor / study abroad coordinator in the Office of Study Abroad. That's something that I had been working in for 2.5 years at that point. And I really quit. I didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to kind of grow into this space that I'm in now. But I didn't have any of this. I didn't have a YouTube channel started up. So it was kind of a risk and an unknown of moving to New York. I moved here in August of 2019, and 6-7 months later, everything changed. If you guys have been following me since the beginning of my channel, then you would know that I started this channel when I moved to Miami in 2021. When I was living in New York during COVID, I was working at NYU, doing the same thing that I did in FIU before I left. That job really fell into my lap. It was the best job that I've ever had. I was working in a similar office, but with new roles. It was the best salary I've ever had, the best benefits. That was like a dream come true. I remember being so happy when I got it, even though I didn't want to go into that field. And that realization kind of set in again a few months into that job. And I decided to leave. I was really depressed. I was just out of a tumultuous relationship, and I had a lot of pain. And that's why I went back to Florida. I knew that, in the beautiful sunrises and sunsets and the ocean in Florida, I could find a little bit of peace, even if it was only for a year. I never really had any intention to stay in Florida. I just went there to find some healing after, quite frankly, a traumatic 2020 in the sense of the pandemic, in my relationship, and a lot of other things. It's crazy because just like 2-3 weeks ago, I was sitting in here on the couch looking at the tree and just being like, yo, I'm so thankful and grateful for the calmness in my life. We all went through a lot of things during COVID. A lot of people lost loved ones or friends. And I was so fortunate to not have to lose anyone during that time. Even though I lost, even though I lost 2 of my grandparents. In the past year, just vocalizing that will always be something to get emotional about, but I'm not sad about it anymore. We are here for such a finite amount of time, and it would be crazy to be sad about my grandparents who lived long, full lives. But it is an emotional point, as y'all can see. We all went through a ton of shit during COVID. And as I was sitting here the other day and just thinking about being thankful for the calmness and the peace in my life, I kind of felt for the first time like, yo, you have healed from that time period, that traumatic COVID time of craziness, you know? You've healed. You're good. And I felt proud for a moment. I've made this effort to push my life in a direction that I want it to be, and I'm still pushing. I'm not there yet, but I am closer to my goals and my dreams than I was when I first thought of starting a YouTube channel. I hope a lot of y'all, if y'all had those troubles during COVID over the past few years, I know it's been an extremely challenging time, especially for us young people. I turned 25 in May of 2020. 25 on its own is a weird time to be, you know? It's that quarter life crisis when you start to think, yo, is this job that I'm working what I want to be doing? Or should I veer off the course and go chase something else? And all of the fear and the decision making that comes with all of that. We all go through that in one way or another. But as I was thinking about all of this and envisioning 2024 and how I want it to go, I really just want to have a year that is about expansion. Hearing that come out of my mouth is a little bit pretentious. Expansion. What does that mean? For me, expansion means everything that I talked about earlier. Self-development, growth, challenging myself in new ways, but most of all, sharing that with all of you. In the past few months, I've really felt myself being curious. And I choose the word curious because that specific word is really the beginning of expansion. Curiosity killed the cat, but curiosity also allows people to grow and expand into themselves. And that's what I'm looking to do in 2024. I have really enjoyed the New York City vlogs that I've done this year. I have beat it down into the dirt. New York City! I practically shoved New York City down all of y'all's throats, and I thank you for watching and commenting and finding something in my vlogs. A lot of the time they're random and kind of just what I'm feeling in the moment. When my grandmother died, I threw together that little montage with her voicemail and the skyscrapers. For me, that little section, even though it didn't really have anything to do with the rest of the vlog, that little section I go back to because it's meaningful for me. That's kind of something that I found in vlogging this year. I never really knew what to do, but I always found something. Sometimes these little things came out and it's like magic, it just clicks. Like when I was doing my Christmas vlog, the first one where I was decorating the house and spinning the jar open. And then once I went back and edited it, I threw in jingle bells and I saw the jar, and the jar turning sound matched perfectly with the jingle bells. And that was just like a little moment of magic for me. Sometimes, you know, when you're filming and then you go back to edit, you find these little moments that just work so well together. And those things just make the process more fun and more enjoyable. All right, let me see. What were some of my favorite vlogs this year? I loved the DR vlog, and that was my most successful video of the year. I was able to kind of do all of the things I loved at once. Use my drone, be with Wilson, travel, be in a swimsuit. And I think that was like the first time where I felt like, yo, you have something here in your YouTube channel. Even though I've had a lot of success in the past, it was something new. It was more travel oriented. What other videos? Let me look. It's funny because some of the videos, like my autumn fall treehouse video, I loved making it. I thought it was an awesome experience, and it just bombed. It just completely bombed. So if you want to check out that video, you can. I'll put it here. When I went upstate New York, I needed a break from the city. I got the city views of my drone over the Hudson and all of the fall colors. That was also one of my favorite videos. The last good days of summer with the waterfall Wilson and I went to. That was a cool video. June in New York City with my brother. As I look back on these videos, I'm really proud of myself for kind of just creating something out of nothing. And anyone can do it. That's the thing. It's not special to me. It might be special in the way that I do it, but you'd be surprised with what you can come up with if you actually take the time to record stuff, edit it, and then put music to it. Because I find that music really makes everything come alive. If I just had vlogs with no music, yeah, I don't even know what that would look like, but I don't think anyone would watch it. I'm not sure that I would even watch it. Thank y'all so much for supporting me this year. Y'all have made a difference in my life, in giving me a little bit of confidence, in showing me that what I make and what I create here does have value, even if it's just a little mood lifter on a Sunday morning for y'all, there's something there. I don't view it as anything incredible or life-changing, but it's entertainment. It's not supposed to be this life-changing thing. It's not supposed to be this incredibly inspirational moment. It's just supposed to be a little bit of entertainment to take you out of your everyday life and maybe give you a little inspiration to do your own thing, whatever that may be. Another thing that was kind of new for me this year, apart from the vlogs, was sponsorships. I was looking back at my videos this year and I got a lot of sponsorships. I was really proud of myself for that, because that was a big goal in creating this channel, was to create another stream of income for me apart from the ad revenue that I received. I manifested that, and some were awesome, some were some were like me throwing stuff together and it was okay. But I'm glad I had this experience of working with these brands, submitting my edits, changing things that they want me to change, and then, you know, getting paid. It was really cool, and I knew that it was a thing, but I didn't know exactly how it all worked. This whole year of me doing sponsorships was a complete learning experience. As I move forward into next year with sponsorships, I really kind of want to refine how I use sponsorships. I definitely want to make sure that my content in 2024 is not based around sponsorships. I have to be realistic in that sponsorships are a huge part of my revenue, but I don't want to be creating content because I have a sponsorship. I want to create content that I am inspired by or that I really love, and if I have a sponsorship to go with that, then so be it. That's awesome. So before I end this quick little video, I do want to ask, what are y'all's resolutions for 2024? Do you have resolutions, or are you more of the type of person who kind of just doesn't really do them? Do you have goals? Because we can have goals all year long. We don't have to just come up with a resolution really fast because it's December 31st and we need to find some way to change ourselves. Maybe you're really happy with what you've done this year and how you've built yourself up, and you feel like you just want to keep doing what you've been doing. That's like a pretty awesome position to be in. So comment y'all's resolutions, y'all's thoughts on resolutions, what you want to do next year, what you want to keep doing, what you're proud about yourself for. I would love to hear and read comments about why you're proud of yourself for something that you did in 2023. And yeah, that's about it for today. Let's keep the good vibes going in 2024. I really want to thank y'all for watching my content this year, for engaging with me, sharing your thoughts on what you've seen and what you like, what you don't like. I'm beyond grateful for y'all's attention. I'm gonna keep trying to be me in the best way that I can, and I hope y'all do the same. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. May all of your dreams come true, and if they don't, it's okay. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.